Dear students, today we will continue with some other components. One is calculator. There may be questions how to use calculator in Tally ERP 9.0. Mention calculator types. Then there are two types of calculator. To use normal calculator, you have to press Ctrl plus N, or you have to click on calculator area to activate the calculator. To close calculator, press escape key or click on the main area of Tally screen. Then to use auto calculator, that is second type of calculator. In voucher entry screen, amount side column, press Alt plus C, then it jumps to auto calculator, and after calculation, press enter to take the result back to amount column. Okay, we will see demo on it. In the gateway of Tally screen, this is the calculator area. Click on this calculator area. Then it shows the cursor, you can see here, and just type numbers 45 plus 78. Enter. It shows result 123. Even like for example 100 into 100, 10,000. Even we can find out the percentage. 156 into 10%. 15.60. You can make any type of calculation by using normal calculator. This is one method. Again, if I click on the main area, the calculator is cancelled. We are in the main area of Tally screen. Now, again by pressing Ctrl N, here you can see shortcut. Ctrl N, we can activate calculator. Again, Ctrl M to cancel the calculator. Or escape key, anyone. Another calculator, auto calculator. In the accounting vouchers, presently we don't have any ledgers here, we will take cash. Now press Alt C, then it shows auto calculator. Now type 45 into 60, enter. When we press enter, it takes the result into the amount column. Here you can see 2,700. Okay, this is the method. Once again, I'll show the same. Press Alt C. Then it shows the auto calculator 7,800, or any calculations you can make. Then it takes that 7,800 in the amount column. That means directly we can make calculation and we can take the result back to the amount column of voucher entry screen by using Alt C, that is auto calculator. Next is status bar. Status bar is present at the bottom of the Tally ERP 9 screen. It displays the gateway of Tally menu. Tally company name, date and current time are shown on this status bar, you can see. If you are on the company info menu, then it shows in Tally main, in gateway of Tally, we are in the company info menu. So it shows the status, current status of Tally, and then company name, then it shows the date, and then it shows the time. Now we will move to chapter 2, that is groups, ledgers, vouchers, orders, cost center and queries. First we will see groups. What these groups are. In Tally, we need groups to classify the accounts. Here you can see the modern way of managing accounts is single ledger system. This is in direct contrast to subsidiary ledger accounting. Thus, all financial entries are performed using ledgers or account heads. Ledger accounts heads created to identify transactions. In manual system, first we will take account, then we will go for ledger, then we will go for the profit and loss account and balance sheet, that means final account. But in the computerized accounting system, first we will take the ledger. On the basis of ledger, we will take the transactions. That means to make any transactions, we need ledgers in the computerized accounting. The single ledger concept does away with the need for sub-ledgers and corresponding controlling accounts in general ledger system. What these groups are? Here the definition is: groups are the main account heads of balance sheet or P&L account. In balance sheet and P&L account, what all the major heads are there, that only in Tally named it as groups. Groups are essential tools to pass account to these two statements. These two statements in the sense balance sheet or P&L account. There is one more concept called regrouping ledgers. How we can regroup the ledgers? We acknowledge that regrouping is always possible and would in practice be resorted to when there may be changes or some changes are required. The regrouping can only be done by a user account that has the authority under the access control. Now we will see accounts info menu and the options in that accounts info menu. In accounts info menu, there are options like groups, ledgers, cost categories, cost center, budgets, scenarios, voucher type, and then quit. Okay, this is the, sometimes there may be questions. Explain maybe 5 options of accounts info. Then you have to explain all the options of accounts info. Okay, you can mention groups, ledgers, cost category, cost centers, budgets, scenarios, voucher type, and quit. In Tally, there are predefined groups. The predefined groups means already available group. When we create one company, by default, it gives some heads, and those heads are called predefined groups. In Tally, there are 28 predefined groups. In that, 15 are primary groups and 13 are subgroups. And all 13 subgroups are on the balance sheet. That means it is related to assets and liabilities. All 13 subgroups are related to assets and liabilities. And the 15 primary groups are related to balance sheet and P&L account. You can see here all those 15 primary groups. Capital account, then branch or divisions, current assets, current liability, direct expense, direct income, fixed asset, indirect expense, indirect income, investments, loans or liability, miscellaneous expense, purchase account, sales account, and the suspense account. So these are the primary groups available in Tally. And then 13 subgroups. Bank accounts. In current asset, there are subgroups like bank accounts, cash in hand, deposits, and then loans and advance, then stock in hand and sundry debtors. And in current liability, there are subgroups like duties and tax, provisions, okay, and sundry creditors. And in the loans or liability, there are subgroups bank OD account and then secured loan and unsecured loan. Okay, there are 15 primary groups and 13 subgroups. Predefined ledgers in Tally. There are two predefined ledgers available in Tally ERP 9. If you create any company, there will be two predefined ledgers, cash and profit and loss account. These two ledgers are created automatically when we create one new company in Tally. And the cash ledger you can change, but changing profit and loss account is not allowed. It will be managed automatically in Tally. And there is no special group for this profit and loss account. It is primary group. It is under primary group. That means there is no group head for profit and loss account. But for the cash, there is a group called cash in hand. In cash in hand, we will create the ledger cash, and cash in hand comes under current assets. Group explanation. Okay, one by one we will see how we can take the group, for which all purpose we can take the group. First one, capital account. This holds the capital and reserves of the company. What all capital ledgers we can take under capital account? The examples are given here. Owner's investment to start a business. The person starts the investment to start a business. That we can take it as capital account. Maybe his personal expenses, we'll call it as a drawings. Since he takes the amount from the business for his personal use, so we'll call it as a drawings. That also comes under capital account. Insurance premium of a owner. Maybe life insurance premium of owner for his life, not for the company. So it will be treated as capital account. Even for example, if he pays income tax, okay, that also will take it as capital account. Then reserve and surplus. There is one subgroup in the capital account. So capital account is a primary group. In that there is one subgroup, reserve and surplus. That is retained earning. This is a subgroup under capital account. It has an alias name called retained earning. Alias name means another name or nickname. And create all reserve accounts from profits for future development of business under this group. Open ledgers like capital reserve, general reserve, reserve for depreciation, etc. under this reserve and surplus. For example, general reserve specific like generator reserve account. If you are keeping some amount for generator, okay, you are making provision to purchase one generator, and for that we can take like generator reserve account under reserve and surplus. And the second one is loans or liability. Loans or liability, as the name suggests, if you are taking something from the others, if you are liable to others, that we will call it as a loans or liability. Even in ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. That is called as loans or liability. And bank OD or bank OCC is the first group under this loans or liability. And second one is secured loan. Third one is unsecured loan. But altogether, this is the second subgroup. This is the third subgroup, and this one is fourth subgroup. Bank OD or bank OCC account to record company's overdraft accounts. Okay, even you can put all bank loans, finance loans under this group. Okay, especially for the overdraft, bank overdraft. That means you can pay amount from this account as well as you can receive the amount into this account. So it will act like one type of bank account or cash account. Second one is secured loan. That is third subgroup. This group is to record all security loans. Maybe if you are taking loan from the bank on security, maybe gold loan, vehicle loan, land loan, you can take under secured loan. Fourth one, that is third one in this loans or liability, unsecured loan. To record loans obtained without any security. Commonly we will say in business, if you are taking loan from relatives or friends, then we can take under unsecured loan. Loan from relatives or friends. Maybe for example, loan from father, loan from brother, loan from friend. You can take it as unsecured loan. The third one is current liability. Current liability, short-term liabilities of a company. We'll call it as a current liability. Short-term liability in the sense, if the liabilities are within one financial period, we'll call it as a current liability. In that, there is first subgroup, duties and tax, altogether fifth subgroup, duties and tax. This group normally contains all the duties and taxes that you collect through sales and purchase transaction, and its balance will appear in balance sheet. Commonly we will say this is government's account we are maintaining in our accounting system, duties and tax. Maybe for example, while selling items, you will take sales tax, and sales tax is related to government. Whatever sales tax you are collecting, that you have to pay to the government. So we will say duties and taxes one government related ledger or government related group. Maybe VAT, GST, excise, sales and other trade taxes we will take under duties and tax. In VAT system, remember, purchase tax is called input VAT and sales tax is called output VAT. Even in the GST system, purchase tax is called input GST and sales tax is called output GST. Even there are classification, the central part and state part will be there. So we'll take input CGST, input SGST and output CGST, output SGST. Next one is provisions. Next subgroup of current liability, that is second subgroup, that is sixth one. To maintain all type of provisions or reserves. Maybe for example, provision for taxation, provision for depreciation, reserve on bad debts. You can take it as a provision. Maybe for example, if you are reserving some amount for the bad debts, that you can take it as provisions. Sundry creditors. Open all your trade creditors accounts. Maybe for example, dealers or distributors account. Maybe for example, if you are purchasing items, maybe from Lakshmi Trade Links, then Lakshmi Trade Links account we can take it as a sundry creditors. Then current liability. So these are the subgroups, duties and tax, provisions, sundry creditor. But sometimes if some ledgers are not fitting under duties and tax, provisions and sundry creditor, we will directly take under current liability. Maybe for example, to maintain all payables like salary payable, rent payable, what that payable is. In every month, the company has to give or a company has to pay the salary or the rent. If in the present month, it's not possible to pay the salary or rent, in the current month's account, we can take it as a rent payable or salary payable. That means salary which is due, rent which is due. That we will call it as a current liability. Thank you, students. In the next class, we will continue with other groups and subgroups. Thank you. God bless you.